everybody, this is Nate with another Backcountry beer review. Today I hiked up to beautiful La Vega on the southwestern side of the Pecos wilderness. As the name would imply, it's a very beautiful, stunning meadow that is watched over by the monolith Santa Fe Baldy behind me. It's a really beautiful place. As you can see, it's Labor Day weekend and I don't see anybody else here, so it's a nice getaway not too far from the Ski Santa Fe trailhead. As I said, it is Labor Day weekend. This video will probably air on Labor Day, and Labor Day to a lot of people means the end of summer. Astronomically, it's not the end of summer. That comes much later in the month, but it's still kind of, the kids are back to school, you're done taking your summer vacations. But another thing it means is Oktoberfest. So the annual Oktoberfest festival in southern Germany in the Bavaria region does annually take place around, I think, early September to the first weekend of October is about the bounds of it. And it's a great time to celebrate the end of summer. It's a great time to celebrate the start of fall. And it's also a great time to drink some really, really good beer. Today we have, out of Durango, Colorado, we have Ska Brewing Company's Oktoberfest German Style Lager. I'm not too familiar with Ska. I will say that their Modus Operandi IPA is one of my favorite IPAs. It's really delicious. Apart from that though, I've only had a few of their beers over the last, decade. This one in particular is especially special because it won the 2018 Great American Beer Festival Gold Medal in the Vienna Style Lager category. And since there's nothing on the can, I guess we're just gonna open this up and give it a taste. Okay, it is time for a sip. And I forgot to mention, it is still #Lager Summer. We're not slowing down this train until, as I hinted, the end of astronomical summer. That's right, even though it's Labor Day, it's still Lager Summer. I was doing a little bit of research for this beer. I saw on Beer Advocate or Untapped or something like that. Somebody was reviewing this beer and they said something like, it's just standard, low flavor, not very intense lager, and I could not disagree more. I think, especially for a lager, this beer is really, really full-bodied, full-flavored, much more malty and much bitterer, much more hop notes than I kind of would expect from a standard Oktoberfest. And I've actually had, I am a fan of the season. I've had a few Oktoberfests already from different breweries. None of them pack a punch like this one. This one's really awesome. I get in particular that classic European maltiness, that classic European noble hopness, right? It's coming through very prominently, just a little bit more full body than you might expect. I mean, you're getting that cracker note, you're getting that caramel note, to the point where I would even say like burnt caramel, really, because it's got that slight bitterness from the noble hops, that spiciness from the noble hops really comes through. But yeah, I mean, not really picking so much honey at the start or anything like that, just really caramel, maybe a little bit of toffee. The beer really becomes more complex the more you sit with it and think about it. That burnt caramel note that lends this, the burnt caramel note that lends this kind of carbonized flavor combines with this hop spiciness to kind of introduce some surprisingly complex, darker notes to it. I'm thinking tobacco, I'm thinking leather, right? Just these like spicy, tongue-tingly notes that are really, really interesting coming from even an Oktoberfest style beer. And this beer is 6.1%, so that kind of was my first hint that it might be a little more potent. Typically Oktoberfest I find are sitting around the mid-5s, but it's really, really spectacular. I like it a lot. The finish rounds out, and I think the finish is a little tamer. I'm not getting quite the burnt caramel. That's when I think it kind of mellows out to more of a sweet note. You get a little bit of the lingering bitterness from the hops, but that actually dies away and leaves quite a little bit left in the beer to kind of sense. And that's really where I'm getting just this thick, viscous molasses note. And to the point where I think even the mouth feels a little thick, but it's really delicious. Overall, this beer is excellent. I would say that this is now probably one of, if not my favorite Oktoberfest beer. I'm a big fan of Oktoberfest style, but if anything, they can kind of leave me wanting a bit more because they tend to be a little tame, a little bready, a little honey forward. It's gonna be it for me, so cheers and have a backcountry beer for me. Okay, it is time to a sip. Okay, it is time for a sip.